in the quiet little town of Harmony Hollow, where every day was as predictable as the last, lived a boy named Leo. Leo wasn't like the other kids who loved playing soccer in the park. He was a dreamer, an explorer of the forgotten corners of his own home, his favorite place, the attic. It was a dusty treasure trove of forgotten things, a kingdom of shadows and secrets just waiting to be discovered. One sunny afternoon, while the other kids were outside, Leo creaked open the attic door. A single beam of sunlight cut through the dusty air, illuminating floating specks of dust like tiny golden fairies. He navigated past old furniture draped in white sheets, looking like silent ghosts. Tucked away in a dark corner behind a stack of old photo albums was a large wooden chest. It wasn't just any chest. It had intricate carvings of stars and swirling patterns. With a grunt, Leo lifted the heavy lid. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, was a single enormous book. It was bound in dark, cracked leather, with a glowing amber-colored gem set in the center. The title was embossed in gold leaf that shimmered even in the dim light. The Ancient Book of Spells. Leo's heart pounded with excitement. He had found adventure stories before, but this felt real. His fingers trembled as he traced the glowing gem. It felt warm to the touch. With a deep breath, he opened the cover. Whoosh! A gust of magical energy erupted from the pages, swirling around him in a kaleidoscope of colors: sparkling blues, radiant purples, and shimmering greens. The dust in the air danced and glittered. The pages of the book began to flip on their own, as if an invisible hand was searching for something. They finally settled on a page titled First Summoning, the Glimmerwing. The page showed a drawing of a small, fluffy creature with large, curious eyes and wings that looked like they were made of stained glass. Below it were strange, swirling symbols and a simple incantation. Leo, wide-eyed with wonder, decided to try. He took another deep breath, focused on the image of the Glimmerwing, and read the words aloud. Lumina, Votso, Amicus. At first, nothing happened. Leo felt a little disappointed, but then a single point of light appeared above the open page. It grew brighter and brighter, swirling and taking shape. It spun like a tiny, sparkling tornado, and when the light finally faded, a small creature hovered in the air. It was exactly like the drawing. It had soft white fur, enormous gentle eyes, and delicate shimmering wings that hummed with a soft melodic tune. It zipped over to Leo, nuzzled his cheek, and let out a happy little chirp. Leo laughed, filled with a joy he had never felt before. He decided to call his new friend Sparky. Over the next few days, Leo and Sparky became inseparable. With the help of the ancient book, Leo learned more simple spells. He learned how to make flowers bloom instantly, how to make his toys tidy themselves up, and how to summon more friendly creatures. Soon, he was surrounded by a small group of magical friends. There was Terra, a tiny golem made of moss and pebbles who could help plants grow. And then there was Aqua, a playful water sprite who could create beautiful miniature rainbows. The attic was no longer a dusty, forgotten place. It was their secret, magical headquarters. But as Leo's world filled with light and wonder, a strange new presence began to make itself known in Harmony Hollow. It started small. Mrs. Gable's prize-winning pies, left to cool on her windowsill, would suddenly be rearranged into a smiley face. The town square's fountain would start bubbling with harmless, colorful foam. Bicycles left leaning against fences would mysteriously be turned upside down. It was all mischievous and a little bit silly, but it was also strange. The townspeople were confused. They called it the Harmony Hollow Prankster. Leo knew this wasn't an ordinary prankster. One evening, as he and Sparky were looking out his window, he saw it, a fleeting, dark shape, no bigger than a cat, zipped through the town square. It seemed to be made of pure shadow, with two mischievous, glowing yellow eyes. It giggled, a sound like rustling leaves, as it swapped the hats on the heads of two garden gnomes. Leo turned to Sparky, Terra, and Aqua. "That's our prankster," he said, pointing. "It looks like it's made of shadow. It doesn't seem mean, just playful, and maybe a little lonely." Sparky chirped in agreement, his wings fluttering with concern. Terra rumbled softly, and Aqua swirled in her little bubble of water. Leo knew what he had to do. This was his responsibility. The magic had brought this creature, and he needed to figure out how to restore peace to his town. He rushed back to the attic and opened the book of spells. He flipped through pages of summoning and transformation spells, looking for a solution. He didn't want to fight the shadow creature. He wanted to understand it. Finally, he found a section titled Spells of Light and Guidance. One spell in particular caught his eye. It was called the Beacon of Serenity. The description said it didn't banish or harm shadows, but created a gentle, guiding light that could soothe lost spirits and show them the way home. This was perfect. The next night, Leo and his magical friends waited in the town square. They didn't have to wait long. The shadow creature appeared, giggling as it prepared to tie all the shoelaces on a park bench together. "Now," Leo whispered. He held the book open, focused his energy, and recited the incantation, Lux Surinus Monstra Viant. A soft, warm, golden light began to glow from Leo's hands. It didn't blast out. It expanded gently, like the sunrise. The light washed over the town square, making everything feel calm and peaceful. The shadow creature stopped its prank mid-giggle. It turned, its glowing yellow eyes wide with surprise, not fear. It seemed mesmerized by the beautiful, gentle light. The creature slowly floated towards Leo. It didn't seem mischievous anymore, just curious and a little sad. As it got closer, Leo could see it wasn't just a blob of shadow. It had a distinct shape, like a lost little animal, scared and alone. It reached out a shadowy paw and gently touched the sphere of light in Leo's hands. As it touched the light, the book began to glow again. An image appeared on the page, showing a hidden moonlit grove deep in the whispering woods just outside of town. It was a place where shadows danced playfully under the light of the moon, a world made of soft darkness and silver light. The shadow creature saw the image and let out a soft, happy coo. It knew that place. That was its home. It had wandered too far and gotten lost in the bright, busy world of humans. The sphere of light in Leo's hands pulsed, and a single golden wisp detached itself. The wisp hovered for a moment, then began to float gently towards the edge of town, leading the way to the Whispering Woods. The shadow creature turned to Leo. It bowed its head, a clear gesture of thanks. Then, with a happy little wiggle, it followed the wisp of light, leaving the town square in peace. As the shadow creature disappeared into the woods, the last of its harmless pranks faded away. The fountains stopped bubbling, the pies on the windowsill returned to their neat row, and the bicycles righted themselves. Harmony was restored to Harmony Hollow. Leo looked at Sparky, Terra, and Aqua, who were all buzzing and rumbling with pride. He smiled. He had discovered that true magic wasn't just about summoning cool creatures or making toys clean themselves. It was about understanding, about kindness, and about helping others find their way, even if they were from a world of shadows. Closing the ancient book, Leo knew his adventures were only just beginning, and he was ready for whatever came next. Thanks for watching our story. If you enjoyed Leo's magical journey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing adventures. See you next time.